Good afternoon, Raider fans. This is Brandon Morvillius. Alongside you with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy here on the WHS Network on YouTube.com with Raider baseball coming your way here this afternoon from Kingsfield here in Walton, Indiana. The Regional 10 semifinal game here between the 22-9 Wapahani Raiders as they take on the 18-6 Wabash Apaches. Glad to have all you with us here today for some Raider baseball. Should be a great one as we are entering the final stages here of the pregame run through here with Wapahani coming out here. Wabash already has ran through their pregame warm-up, so it's going to be an interesting day of baseball, no question about that, as we'll get right into things here with our Raiders Live pregame presented by Jones Auto Body. Wapahani, to this point, they won 3 games in sectionals, in which they beat Muncie Burris in the first game, and then came right back. The very next night had to play Shenandoah, a very tough Shenandoah Raider baseball team. Won that one. And then on Memorial Day Monday, Wapahani defeated Monroe Central to win the Lapel Sectional. So that's what has got us here. Wabash here on the other side of things won the Wabash Sectional. It's going to be, without question, a interesting battle. Wabash, very impressive team here. Like I said, 18-6 coming into today's game. They have some pretty impressive pitchers here as well that Wapahani's definitely going to have to work around here offensively here today. But first and foremost, we'd like to take a look here at Wapahani here on the season. A .306 batting average here, 9 homers, 175 RBIs, 219 runs scored, while also collecting 245 hits, 46 doubles, 5 triples, and a .306 on-base percentage. From the pitching side of things, the Raider pitchers 192 1/3 innings pitched, a 1.82 ERA. That equals out to 83 runs, or 50 of those 83 are earned, while allowing 142 hits, 54 walks, and 191 strikeouts. While Wabash here from the hitting side of things, a .294 average, 2 homers, 98 RBIs, 134 runs scored on 158 hits, also 20 doubles and 9 triples, 93 stolen bases though. They can find a way to get on base here. They have 104 walks on the season from a offensive standpoint, so they know how to get on base. Obviously they hit for a good average, and they like to get themselves in scoring position by stealing some bases. So Wapahani's got to make sure to throw strikes. With Brevin Rivers on the mound here today, which he's usually primarily a strike thrower. So he's got to be on his A game here today, because Wabash, again, they're a good hitting team, but they can also be a little patient as well, take some bases, and then once they get on the base pass, they like to steal second, steal third, whatever it may be. But this is a very well-rounded group here for Wabash. From a pitching side here, 144 innings pitched on the season, a 1.94 ERA, 67 runs, 47 of those are earned, while allowing 120 hits, 53 walks, and 114 strikeouts. So they're not really a team that gives up a ton of walks either from the pitching side, with only 53. Now, granted, they are roughly about 48 less innings pitched than what Wapahani does. So to have 53, that's definitely quite a bit, considering Wapahani has 54 and 192 1/3. So Wabash, again, really for the most part, with the man that they have on the mound here today, Trenton Daughtry, a guy that's very aggressive, gets a lot of ground ball outs. 49 1/3 innings pitched so far this year, 1.84 ERA. That equals out to 27 runs, 13 of those earned, 45 hits, 21 walks, and 37 strikeouts. So he does walk some guys, not a ton, but he does walk some guys, so you got to be patient at the plate, and again, wait for that pitch. Wait for that pitch. If he comes early in the count to where you can possibly be aggressive and do something with it, then by all means do what you got to do. But I wouldn't be getting overly aggressive throughout the ball game here. You want to make sure, get his pitch count up, and not only that, but again, make him work. This is a pitcher that does have a tendency to walk guys, but still very aggressive on the mound. So it's going to be a nice battle here between two impressive pitchers here on the season. Again, Brevin Rivers coming into today's game with an overall record of 7-3. Trenton Daughtry of Wabash at 4-3 on the year. So, folks, we'll go ahead and step aside here for a quick break. We have the starting lineups coming up here in roughly about 5 minutes or so. So until then, we'll be stepping aside here for a commercial break, and we'll be back here with more on the WHS Network.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we'll take a look here at tonight's starting lineups here on the WHS Network. We'll first start off here with Wapahani. Again, your Raiders, the visiting team on the scoreboard here tonight, or rather this afternoon. So we will lead things off here again with Wapahani. So leading off, playing center field, number 15, Garrett Stanley. Batting second, playing second base, number 21, Riley Porter. Batting third and catching for the Raiders, number 3, Tyson Lipscomb. Batting fourth and playing right field, number 22, Braxton Davis. Batting fifth and pitching, number 17, Brevin Rivers. Batting sixth, and he'll be the designated hitter today, number 4, Luke Willman. He'll be hitting for the first baseman, number 19, Gage Gadberry. Batting seventh, playing third base, number 16, Nolan Dudley. Batting eighth, the shortstop, number 5, Evan Roush. And batting ninth and playing left field, number 11, Isaiah Brozier. Again, the Raiders are coached by Brian Dudley, assisted by Jason Dudley, as well as Randy Murphy, Willa Pease, also Blake Turner, and Shane Summers. Now we'll take a look here at the starting lineup for Wabash. So leading things off here will be the pitcher, number 3, Trenton Daughtry. Batting second, the second baseman, number 11, Robert Irgang. Batting third and catching, number 5, Colin Kelsheimer. Batting fourth, the center field, number 10, Blake Gribben. Batting fifth, playing third base, number 2, Peyton Sodervik. Batting sixth, the shortstop, number 16, Bryant Boggs. In the seventh spot, first baseman, number 15, Joseph Leland. Batting eighth, the designated hitter, number 4, James Booth. He'll be hitting for the right fielder, number 8, Colton Learned. And then batting ninth, playing left field, number 1, Jasper Walter. So again, that is the Wabash Apaches. Folks, again, we'll step aside here for a short break. Again, that was today's starting lineups for the Regional 10 semifinal round game, again, between your 22-9 Wapahani Raiders and the 18-6 Wabash Apaches. We'll be back with more right after this break.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
Alrighty, welcome back here, folks. Again, I'm Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy as we are about to begin today's game. Again, this is the semifinal round of the Regional 10 action here again from Lewis Cass here in Walton, Indiana. Again, I know in the past we've usually had our regional games at Wabash, so change of venue here. Not a whole lot different wise in as far as the length of drive. Took us about an hour and a half, hour and 40 minutes to get out here, or to get up here rather, from Wapahani. So a little bit of a drive, but not too bad. So we're hoping for some great things to happen here today here for Wapahani. It all starts right here in this first game, again between your Raiders and the Apaches, as we'll go ahead and lead things off here with center fielder number 15, Garrett Stanley. Again, a little bit of a different camera angle for us here today, but we greatly appreciate Lewis Cass and all their administrators and the IHSAA for allowing us to be here and giving us a pretty nice seat in the house here, as that's in there for a called strike 0-1 to begin things here on Garrett Stanley. Again, Trenton Daughtry on the rubber here today for Wabash. And here's the 0-1. It's going to be well low and away to even a count up here to ball and a strike. Stanley here on the season, a .369 hitter, 8 doubles, 1 triple, and also 16 RBIs, as that's going to be in foul territory. Third baseman makes the catch for out number 1 of the ball game. So 1 out here in the inning, as we'll now see the second baseman, number 21, Riley Porter, at the plate. Porter, a .280 hitter, 2 homers, 15 RBIs, also 6 doubles on the season, as that will be called a strike. 0-1 to begin things here on Porter. And a ground ball here to the third baseman, bobbles it a little bit. And Porter's going to reach base on an error by the third baseman. And, you know, that was one thing that I know me and Redbeard was talking about here earlier before our game, was the aspect of how, this is a lot like Lapel's infield. You have the grass down the line, and it's a little bit more of a thicker grass. So if you have a ground ball, you either got to come in on it quickly or maybe wait back a little bit, but then you risk the runner getting down the line pretty quickly and possibly getting in there safely instead of, maybe getting them by a step or two if you would have came in on it. So it's going to be interesting to see how these infielders handle the infield here, as that will be a called strike now, 0-2. Here on the catcher, Tyson Lipscomb. Tyson comes into today's game, .420 hitter, 2 homers, 30 RBIs, 10 doubles, and a triple. And that's a ball high now, 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Lipscomb. Following Tyson, we'll see Braxton Davis. Daughtry will come to the set here. And the 1-2 pitch will be a little ground ball down to the first baseman, completely whiffs on it. And safe is the call. Right through the old wickets down there. So a pair of errors to begin things here for Wapahani, as the Apaches are having a little bit of a tough go of things here in the early going. So obviously here, if you're Wapahani, you got to cash in on these opportunities. Little things like that can come back to haunt you, and hopefully the Raiders have that in store here for Wabash here in the first inning. We'll now see Braxton Davis at the plate, again with a pair of runners on, first and second, 1 away. Davis on the season, .305 batting average, 4 doubles, also 2 triples, and 19 RBIs. And that's in there for a called strike, 0-1. Again, as I mentioned earlier during our Raiders Live pregame, Daughtry does have an occasional to where it's where he will walk some guys, but for the most part here he's a strike thrower. So the Raiders just have to be patient, and again, just like any other time, you got to hit that pitch. If it's right there, see if you can put a charge into one. A very big field out here. Big time dimensions that really not used to playing at here. You have 325 down the lines, 350 in the gaps, and then to straightaway center 403. So that's going to take a towering drive there as Davis will strike out looking for out number 2 of the inning. So a big strikeout there for Daughtry. And now the pitcher, number 17, Brevin Rivers at the plate. Brevin, 352 average, home run, 21 RBIs, 4 doubles. And that's going to be popped up down the first base line. That's going to head out of play. So 0-1 to begin things here on Rivers. And the pitch. In the 5 and 6 hole. It's going to be a tough play at first. And oh no, out is the call. I thought that the first baseman might have bobbled it. But able to get him in time for the third and final out of the inning. So the Raiders do get a couple of base runners here via the air, but will not able to put anything across here in the top of the first inning. The Raiders get no runs on no hits, also 2 errors and 2 left on here in the inning. We'll head now to the bottom half of the first again here from Kings Field here in Walton, Indiana. We'll step aside. We'll be back right after this break. Stop on in at Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Payne in the 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been serving the community for over 30 years. Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. All righty, folks, here we are back with the bottom half of the first inning coming up here in just a brief moment in time. Again, Wapahani did get a couple runners on there in the top half of the first inning, and unfortunately was not able to push anything across here, but we'll take a look here at the Jones Auto Body defensive alignment here today. Again, out in left field, Isaiah Brozier in center, Garrett Stanley over in right, Braxton Davis, and around the horn here, Nolan Dudley at third. Evan Rouse at shortstop, Riley Porter at second, and Gage Gadberry at first base. And then your battery mates here on the mound here today, Brevin Rivers, and then hanging the signs, none other than Tyson Lipscomb. So again, that is our Jones Auto Body defensive alignment. So now we'll enter the bottom half of the first. And we'll lead things off here with the pitcher, number 3, Trenton Daughtry. And the first pitch here by Rivers will be fired in there and fouled off. 0-1. Again, Brevin here on the season from a pitching side here, 7-3 record overall. 57 2/3 innings pitched, a 1.82 ERA. 21 runs, 15 earned, 42 hits, 9 walks, 61 strikeouts. As that pitch is fouled down the left field line. So now 0-2 the count here on Daughtry. Rivers will get a signs here from Lipscomb. The windup, here's the pitch. See you later. Good morning, good afternoon, and good night. Down goes Daughtry there for out number 1 of the ball game. So now we'll see the second baseman, number 11, Robert Eargang, at the plate. And there for a called strike, 0-1. Your gang on the season, 308 average, 3 doubles, 10 RBIs. Swung on and missed, strike 2. Again, Rivers gets the signs. Here's a windup in the 0-2. And a fly ball here in the right field. There's Davis. He'll make the catch for number 2 of the inning. So 2 up, 2 down here in the bottom half of the first. And now the catcher, number 5, Colin Kolschmeyer. So Kolschmeyer here at the plate with 2 out and nobody on. And the pitch here from Rivers will be blown right on by him, 0-1. Kolschmeyer, 446 average, 2 homers, 19 RBIs. The best overall hitter here for Wabash from an average standpoint. Yet he has both home runs for Wabash on the season, only 2 of them. Here's the 0-2. Didn't go on it there. Nice pitch there from Brevin. So 1-2 the count here on Kolschmeyer. And the pitch. The ball high, now 2-2. Not a bad idea there. Change the eye level of the hitter here a little bit. Now we'll see if he goes with the straight gas again or maybe drop in the old curveball there and maybe have him swing it out of his shoes. So Rivers again collects himself. And the 2-2 pitch will be popped up into just barely out of the infield there. The wind had a little bit to do with it there. And that will end the inning. So a nice clean inning of work here by Brevin Rivers. Here in the bottom half of the first inning, Wabash gets no runs here on no hits, also no errors. Nobody left on. We'll now head to the top of the second again here from Kingsfield in Walton, Indiana. Alrighty, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network as we have the 6, 7, 8 hitters due up here for Wapahani in the top of the second inning. And we'll lead things off here with the designated hitter, number 4, Luke Willman. Willman on the year. Tell you what, coming in here as a freshman really has done a fantastic job here on the year. 354 average, 3 home runs, 23 RBIs, 4 doubles, and a triple on the season. So looking to get the Raider offense their first hit of the ball game right here, as that is 0-1 the count here on Willman. Daughtry with the pitch, as that one's going to be fouled off, now 0-2. So Willman in protect mode now. Nice pitch right there. Daughtry gets him looking for first down of the inning. So now the third baseman, number 16, Nolan Dudley, will step in. Dudley on the year, 224 average, a home run, 15 RBIs, as well as 3 doubles. as that is in there for another called strike 0-1. So Daughtry has come out here throwing darts so far. I'd just be gearing up for that, gearing up for the fastball there. I just kind of spit on that, the off-speed pitch. Gearing up for the fastball. You know, they always say fastball adjust, as that one's going to be fouled back and out of play. Still 0-2 here on Dudley. But, you know, right now, probably wouldn't be all that surprised if he comes back here with a fastball again, and he does. So nice sequence in there by Daughtry. So 3 strikeouts now in the game following the strikeout there of Dudley for the second out of the inning. Now the number 8 hitter in the order here for the Raiders, shortstop number 5, Evan Roush. Roush steps in, a .236 hitter, also a double and 7 RBIs, as it is already 0-1 here on Evan. Ball low and away. It missed by a whole lot there. But an even count here to ball and a strike. You have Isaiah Brozier on deck here for the Raiders, and the pitch by Daughtry will be another one low. Now 2-1. Here's the windup, the 2-1 offering. Will be in there, called a strike on the outside part of the plate. Now 2-2 the count. Good job there staying right there with it as Roush will dump one into right field. That is a great job of fastball and adjust right there. Came back with the off-speed pitch. Roush was not fooled and was able to get that one to land in there for the first hit of the ball game for Wapahani, as they have now a man on with 2 out here in the inning, as the Raiders look for a little 2-out magic here in the top of the second inning. Isaiah Brozier now stands in, as he'll pop it up in the infield down the third base line. Third baseman's under it and will make the catch for the third and final out of the inning. So Wapahani does get a base runner here in the top of the second inning with a 2-out single by Isaiah Brozier, or by Evan Roush rather, excuse me. But unfortunately couldn't put anything across here in the inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, 1 left. We'll head to the bottom half of the second here on the WHS Network. We'll be back right after this commercial break. Welcome back here, baseball fans. Again, Brandon Morvillius. Alongside here with me is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. So we're about to enter the bottom half of the second inning. I'd like to thank our sponsors here today. Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership, owned by Randy Stoops. They're located at 4055 West Clare Lane in Muncie, Indiana. Stoops has a wide variety of brand new and pre-owned vehicles of quality brand names. So if you have an interest in a vehicle, like to know more information about one, contact Stoops at 765-288-1903. And also visit their online website at stoopsauto.com. Again, that is Stoops Automotive Group, Buick and GMC dealership. Stoops is driven to be the best. So we'll start off the bottom half of the second inning here with a ball 1-0 the count. And that's going to be ball 2 up in the zone. So center fielder Blake Gribb in a nice position here. And now we're going to have a brief little visit here with the field, one of the field umpires. And the coach here for Wabash not sure of what the issue is here. So I don't know if there might have been something said by one of the players on Wabash or something towards Rivers, or what was exactly the issue, but it's been resolved, I'm sure, either way. Now 2-1 the count as that pitch was fouled off and out of play. Gribbin a .338 average. In there for a ball now, 3-1 the count. And Gribbin, .338, 2 doubles, 2 triples, and 10 RBIs on the year. The pitch here by Rivers will be a ball. So that will be a leadoff walk to begin this bottom half of the second inning. I got to see that happen too often here. So now Peyton Sodervik at the plate, a .315 average, 4 doubles, 7 RBIs. Rivers would like to roll up a double play right here for a little twin killing action. And the first pitch will be bunted down the first base line. Rivers collects, throws on the first. For out number 1 of the inning. Does advance the runner up 90 feet. So Gribbin now at second base after the sacrifice bunt by Sodervik. Shortstop, number 16, Bryant Boggs at the plate. And the pitch swung on and missed. 0-1 on Boggs. Rivers gets his signs here from Lipscomb, and the 0-1 swung on and missed, strike 2. A couple of nice pitches here for the first 2 pitches in the at bat here to Boggs. Let's see if he can top it out right here in this at bat. And time's called by the pitcher, or pardon me, by the hitter. So again, 0-2 the count. Man on at second base, 1 away in the inning. And the pitch will be chopped foul back to the backstop area. So the count will remain at 0 balls and 2 strikes. Doesn't have to be a good pitch right here if you're Rivers. Just something enticing enough to where he can swing at it and get himself out. Here's the 0-2 pitch. See you later. A dandy right there from Brevin Rivers for out number 2 of the inning. Second strikeout of the day now for Brevin. And now the first baseman, number 15, Joseph Leland at the plate with 2 away in the inning. And the pitch by Rivers will be in there for a called strike, 0-1. Rivers takes a second there, now get back on the rubber. Takes a long look in there to Lipscomb, finally gets his signs. And the 0-1 pitch, a bit high to even a count up here to ball and a strike. Not a bad idea. Want to make the hitter feel as uncomfortable as possible here. Now, in that same token, you don't want to headhunt, but you do want to change the eye level of the hitter. Keep him guessing. See if he comes back with a curveball here. And there for a strike. Now 1-2. Almost kind of looked like maybe a changeup right there. Took something off of it. Didn't have a lot of movement, but wasn't slow enough to be a curveball, but wasn't fast enough to be a fastball either. Here's a 1-2 pitch. Strike three. A big strikeout there by Rivers to end the inning. So back-to-back strikeouts to keep the game where it is, tied at 0 after 2 innings of play. We'll step aside here for a break, and we'll be back here with more Raider baseball after this. All right, folks, back here with the top of the third inning. Again here from Kingsfield here in Walton, Indiana. Again, the home of Lewis Cass High School. About an hour and 35, hour and 40-minute drive here from Wapahani High School. So not too bad, but definitely long enough. As Garrett Stanley will lead things off, chop to the third baseman, and that's going to be airmailed over the first baseman's head. Stanley takes off for second. And now he's going to motor on to third, and he'll be in there sliding safely. Heck yes! So some errors here by Wabash has really put them into a couple of bad positions here. In the first inning, a couple of errors happened. The Raiders had them at first and second. Unfortunately, they couldn't put anything across. But now here in the third, we're hoping to get something moving here. So Stanley advances all the way around the third on the error on the third by the third baseman. With Riley Porter now at the plate here, 1-0 to begin things here on Porter. Porter 0 for 1, reached base on an error, again by the third baseman in the first inning. And now it's going to be a ball low, and that's going to score the run. Raiders are going to get on the board with a 1-0 lead. That's big time right there. So 2-0 now the count here on Riley Porter. As again, Stanley scores there on the wild pitch. So 1-0 lead here for the Raiders. Porter with a favorable count here. 2 balls, no strikes. Here's the pitch by Daughtry. As that's going to be popped up, and that's going to head out of play now, 2-1. Daughtry gets the signs and the pitch, and another one popped up in the infield. Looked like Porter might have been lunging at that pitch right there, but nevertheless, first down of the inning. As we'll now see the catcher, number 3, Tyson Lipscomb at the plate. Lipscomb 0 for 1, reached base on an error by the first baseman in the first inning. And a rip to the first baseman. So unfortunate there for Lipscomb. The first time around, he just had a little squibbler down to the first baseman, completely missed it. This time, he puts it on a line, and the first baseman just sticks the old glove up there and makes a catch. Of course, good for him. If he would have missed that one, that wouldn't have been good for him. 0-1 the count to begin things here on Braxton Davis. So again, 2 away here in the inning. Ground ball to the third baseman again. Another bobble. Going to be a close play, and Davis will make it to first. So the woes continue here for the third baseman. Tell you what, when things don't go good for you, somehow the baseball will find a way to find you. As that is popped up down the third base line, that is going to be well foul. 0-1 here on Brevin. 0 for 1 here on the day for Rivers. Grounded out to the shortstop back in the first inning. See if he can get a pitch to handle right here. Here's the pitch from Daughtry. And that is laced into left center field. So they're going to hold Davis at third. That's a nice piece of hitting there by Brevin. So the Raiders will have him on the corners with 2 away here in the inning. Second hit of the day now for Wapahani. And now Luke Willman will step to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out looking in the second inning. We're going to have a courtesy runner down at first. Be number 7, Caleb Henderson. So Henderson at first with a little bit of speed there. And that would be in there for a strike, 0-1. So you definitely have to be ready. You know, he's, for the most part, been pretty consistent pumping first pitch strikes in there. So if he's willing to put a fastball right in there, might not be a bad idea to put the old sweet part of the bat on the baseball. Nice pair of eyes there to watch that one in there for a ball. Now 1-1. Again, Raiders have them on the corners, 2 away here in the top half of the third inning. 1-0 so far. Looking for more. Here's the pitch. And that's going to be right through the 5 and 6 hole. Henderson advances on the third. Davis scores. And another fine piece of hitting there by Luke Willman. So the Raiders have now put a 2 spot up on the board. Davis scored on the RBI single from Willman. So again, you have Henderson that advanced on the third, Willman at first, and the third baseman, number 16, Nolan Dudley, at the plate. 0-1. Dudley 0 for 1 here on the day so far. Struck out swinging in the second. Looking for some better results right here. And the pitch from Daughtry, a ball high. Willman on the play. Will head out there to second. And Henderson will now come home. And Willman will be safe at third. So a stolen base and then an error on the throw will advance everybody. So Willman now to third. And Dudley, a ground ball here to the second base side, collects, throws on the first. And that's that. But the Raiders have put a 3 spot up on the board here in the top of the third inning. As they lead at 3-0 after 2.5. We'll step aside for a break, and we'll be back here with more Raider baseball on the WHS Network.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops,
All righty, folks, welcome back here on the WHS Network, bottom half of the third inning. Again, here from Kings Field here in Walton, Indiana. Again, we appreciate you all for joining us here for the Regional 10 semifinal game. Again, between your Wapahani Raiders and the Wabash Apaches. Again, a 3-0 lead here, as the count is 1 ball and 1 strike. And James Booth. Ball low and in now, 2-1. Rivers gets the signs and the pitch. Swung on and missed for a strike, now 2-2. So 2 balls, 2 strikes here on Booth. Rivers will get a signs here from Tyson Lipscomb. Here's the windup and a 2-2 offering. Ground ball here to the second base side. Porter collects, those to first, and gets him by a step. So 1 down here in the inning. Left fielder number 1, Jasper Walter, now at the plate for Wabash. Number 9 hitter in the order. Then following him will be right back to the top there with Trenton Daughtry. Rivers with a pitch. Fires that one in there for a ball. I don't know where that one missed at, but nevertheless, 1-0 the count. Now ball high, 2-0 the count here on Jasper Walter. So Rivers takes a moment here to himself. Regathers, and here's the 2-0 pitch. That's in there for a strike. That looked about the same location as that first pitch in this at bat. Might have been just a hair outside, though, so they can't complain too much. Here's done a nice job behind the plate now. 2-2 the count after that swing and miss. Rivers here with the wind-up and the 2-2 pitch. Leaves that one up and out of the zone for a ball. To run the count to full, 3-2. This is the first full count of the day here for Brevin. So here's the payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. He gone. So 2 out now in the inning, and back to the top of the order here for Wabash will be the pitcher number 3, Trenton Daughtry. Struck out swinging to begin things here in the bottom half of the first inning is Daughtry. And that's going to be lined right back up the middle for a 2-out single. First hit allowed now of the day there for Brevin. So Robert Ergang now at the plate. 0 for 1 so far today. Flew out to the right fielder in the first inning. Pickoff move as Daughtry's back in there safely. Rivers will come to the set. And the pitch will be popped up in the infield there. Shortstop Rouse makes the play for the third and final out of the inning. So another nice inning of work here for Brevin Rivers, as Wabash gets no runs here on 1 hit, also no errors, and 1 left on. We'll head to the top of the 4th. Again, Wapahani leads at 3-0 after 3 innings of play. Alrighty, folks, here we are back on the WHS Network as we're about to start things off here in the top of the fourth inning, and we'll lead it off here with a shortstop. Number 5, Evan Roush, 1 for 1 here on the day. Singled in the second inning. So he looks to continue his nice start to the game here this afternoon, and the pitch here from Daughtry will be in there. Bunted down the third base line. Going to be a close play, and oh my, close call down there at first. And the call is out. First baseman bobbled the ball, but bad angle there for the umpire playing behind, or right there behind the first baseman. Didn't see it. So nevertheless, 1 out now in the inning. So 1-0 the count here on Isaiah Brozier. Nice piece of hitting right there. Floats one right there in the left center field. So a single here for Brozier. We'll now lead things off back to the top of the order with the center fielder, number 15, Garrett Stanley. So the Raiders could have very easily already had 2 runners on here to begin the inning. Still, nevertheless, do with what you got here. Brozier on at first. Stanley 0 for 2 here on the day, but has reached base one of those times and also have scored a run. And that was back there in the third inning. Daughtry glances over at first, pick off, and Brozier's back in there safely. So again, 1-0 here on Stanley with 1 away and 1 on here in the inning. Ground ball here to the shortstop. 6-4-3 double play, and that's going to end the inning. Don't see that happen too often. But nevertheless, Wapahani gets no runs, 1 hit, no errors, nobody left on. Bottom of the fourth we go here from Kingsfield here in Walton, Indiana. We'll step aside. We'll be back with more right after this break. Stop on in at Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fain in the 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been serving the community for over 30 years. Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. This is the Stoops Automotive Group game break here again. You take a look here on your scoreboard. The Raiders have 3 runs here on 4 hits, no errors. Wabash Apaches here, no runs, 1 hit, 5 errors through the first 3.5. As we begin this bottom half of the fourth inning with the number 3 hitter in the order for Wabash, catcher Colin Kelsheimer. Again, we greatly appreciate you all for joining us here today for the first, essentially the semifinal round. It's more or less, that instead of the first round. But either way here, Regional 10 semifinal round game here between Wapahani and Wabash. In there for a called strike. So 1 ball, 1 strike here on Kelsheimer. Got Blake Gribben to follow him. Popped up in the foul ground. Will Dudley have enough room? Doesn't look like it, as that's going to head out of play. So now 1-2. Again, Kelsheimer 0 for 1. Popped it up to the shortstop in the first inning. So 1-2 the count. Rivers with a pitch. See you later. Blows him away with a heat. For out number 1 of the inning. Now the center fielder, number 10, Blake Gribben, will step in. 0 for 0 on the day. Drew a walk in the second inning. Was left stranded at second. Rivers with a windup and fires to home plate for a ball away, 1-0. Nice pitch there from Rivers. Not in the old corner there. Now 1-1 the count. With one away here in the inning. Strike 2, follows it right back up again with another dandy. Here's a 1-2 offering. Comes back with a fastball. Real nice sequencing there. Slow the bat down, then speed it right back up with a heat. So we'll see if he leaves the fastball on here at 1-2 with one away in the inning. Rivers with a pitch. Slows it down. Little ground ball here. Porter will get him barely there at first base. Close play. But a nice job there by Porter to get the runner there for the second out of the inning. 4-3 put out. And now the third base, number 2, Peyton Sodervik at the plate. And that pitch is going to be fouled off there by Sodervik, 0-1. Put down a sacrifice bunt in the second inning was Sodervik, so technically 0 for 0 here on the day. So again, 2 away here in the inning, nobody on. Here in the bottom half of the fourth, 3-0 Wapahani here in this Regional 10 semifinal matchup. Again, Alexandria won the first game of the day. They beat Delphi by a final score of 6-2. So that pitch misses right there for a ball. Even things up here at 1-1. Rivers again takes a look in there and gets what he likes. Chopped right there at the plate. So 1-2 the count. One ball, 2 strikes. Here's the windup and the pitch. Just missed there for ball 2. Nice placement there by Brevin. See you later again. Catches him looking for the third and final out here in the bottom of the fourth. So again, a 3-0 lead here for the Raiders after 4 innings of play. We'll step aside for another quick commercial break, and we'll be back here with more Raider baseball after this.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
Welcome back here on the WHS Network, and I'm Brandon Moore-Villius. Alongside here with me again is cameraman Jordan Redbeard McCoy. Again, we appreciate you all for joining us here today. I'd like to thank some of our sponsors here. I'd like to thank B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, located at 400 East Jackson Street in Muncie, Indiana. At the law offices of B. Joseph Davis, which is a highly recommended and respected professional corporation. They strive to aggressively represent all of their clients' interests in all phases of any legal matter. Their team has extensive experience in personal injury as well as criminal defense, which includes drunk driving, criminal record, bankruptcy expungements, and hardship licenses. For more information, visit his website at www.bjosephdavis.com. So we open up this top of the fifth inning here with Riley Porter. So he shoots it out there in the left field. Pretty nice shot there, but the left fielder there to make the play for out number one of the inning. So now to the number 3 hitter in the order for the Raiders, the catcher number 3, Tyson Lipscomb. Lipscomb hit a little squibbler down to the first baseman, completely missed it. Then the next time up, lined out to the first baseman, so he hit the ball hard last time around. So we're hoping that that trend continues here and is able to find some open real estate out there. Bit low right there, but in there for a strike. So 1-1 the count here on Lipscomb as Davis awaits on deck. Daughtry gets the signs. Here's the pitch. Good job of holding there by Lipscomb. So now 2-1 the count. Another ball low, 3-1. So great position to be in here if you're Tyson. Strike 2 called on Tyson. Payoff pitch here by Daughtry. A ground ball here to the right side of the infield. Second baseman collects those on the first for out number 2 of the inning. So now with 2 out, nobody on, we'll see the right fielder, number 22, Braxton Davis, at the plate. Davis 0 for 2. Struck out looking in the first, then reached base on an error by the third baseman in the third, and then scored a run on the RBI single by Luke Willman. As that pitch is low and away, 1-0. Pitch fouled off there by Braxton. So an even count here to ball and a strike. So pick that up early on that one. Got to tell some of the arm action, everything slows down just a little bit. 1-2 to the count on Davis. Left that one high for ball 2. Daughtry looks in there, and the 2-2. And that's going to be in the left center field. That's going to get down for another single for Braxton Davis. So he's going to stay put at first. Nice piece of hitting there, young man. So Braxton's aboard here with 2 away in the inning, and now the pitcher, number 17, Brevin Rivers, now at the plate. Brevin 1 for 2, grounded out to the shortstop in the first, and then singled in the third. As that will be a ball low and away, 1-0 to begin things here on Rivers. Got a nice place to be in right here. Let's see if Rivers can cash in here. Pick on move back to first as Davis will be back in there safely. One ball, no strikes, and a pitch. Fly ball down the left field line. Is he going to have room? And unable to, as that's out of play. So if he would have been able to keep that fair, that would have been gone. But ran out of foul ground there for Rivers. 1-1 the count. Davis on the move, and he's going to be safe at second base. So the second baseman bobbled the ball. So it was a strike called. Stolen base there for Braxton. Gets him in scoring position. Here's a 1-2 offering. And that's going to be in the right center field. Another fine piece of hitting there by Rivers. Here comes the play at the plate. And the catcher will not have a play there as Brevin Rivers collects on an RBI double. Way to change places there with him. 6 hits now on the day here for the Raiders. Big hit there by Brevin. Helping himself and helping his teammates. So Willman will now head to the plate. 1 for 2 on the day. Again, the 2-out magic here for Wapahani here in the top of the 5th. First 2 runners first 2 hitters erased. But since then, back-to-back hits, a single, stolen base, and then an RBI double. As it is 0-1 here on Luke Willman. 1 for 2 today for Willman. Ball high, now 1-1. You got Henderson out there at second base, courtesy runner there for Rivers. As that ball is left high, didn't snap that over enough. So 2-1 the count. Nolan Dudley on deck here for the Raiders. And here's the pitch. Another fly ball, right center field. That's going to get down. Henderson motoring around third. That's going to score another run here for the Raiders as they now lead it 5-0. 7th hit of the day now for Wapahani. Henderson scored on the play. So again, Willman now at first base. 3 consecutive hits by Wapahani. So we'll see what Nolan Dudley can do right here, wreaking some havoc potentially. That's the second RBI of the day here for Willman. Dudley now at the plate. Again, still only 2 away here in the inning. Swung on and missed for strike 0-1. Nice healthy cut there by Nolan. Tell you what, if he can just find that bat on the ball, it's going to go a long, long way. So 1-1. Willman at first. Again, 2 away. 5-0 here for Wapahani. In there for a called strike. Now 1-2. Got to protect here. Got to find a way to get it done here by Nolan. Daughtry glances over first. He'll come to the set and the pitch. Ground ball. Going to be a tough play. Shortstop throws on the first, and that's that. So Dudley nearly made something happen right there, but the Raiders definitely made something happen here in the top of the 5th inning with 2 out. 3 consecutive hits, a single by Davis, RBI double by Rivers, and then an RBI single by Willman. Gets the Raiders 2 more runs. They lead at 5-0 after 4.5 here from Kingsfield and Walton, Indiana. We'll be back here with more Regional 10 semifinal baseball here on the WHS Network. Bottom half of the fifth inning here on the WHS Network as we start things off here with the shortstop, number 16, Bryant Boggs. 0 for 1 here on the day here for him so far. Struck out looking in the second inning. As he'll start off with a bunt down the first baseline as that will head foul, 0-1. So again, Wapahani to this point here in the ball game. 5 runs, 7 hits, no errors. Wabash, no runs, 1 hit, and 5 errors. Here's the 0-1 pitch. She blows him away for strike 2. I'd keep the cheese on him right here. Until he can prove he can hit it, I'm keeping it on him. Here's the 0-2. Little nub shot there. No balls, 2 strikes. As Boggs will step back in there. That's going to be a ball high now, 1-2. So again, a good pitch right there again, just to change the eye level of the hitter. 1-2 the count. Nobody on, nobody out. Here's the pitch. Fools him completely right there with the old off speed for the first out of the inning. So 1 out now here in the inning. First baseman, number 15, Joseph Leland at the plate. 7 strikeouts now on the day here for Brevin. 0-1 now the count. Leland also a strikeout victim in the second inning. And the 0-1 pitch will be swung on and missed, strike 2. Rivers again will get a signs here from Lipscomb. Gets what he likes. Here's the 0-2 offering. Fouled off and out of play as we'll redo it again here at no balls and 2 strikes. Again, following Leland will be the designated hitter, James Booth. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. So Leland is sent down on strikes. Booth now will walk up to the plate with 2 away here in the inning. Grounded out to the second baseman in the third inning, 0 for 1. That's going to be fouled back to the backstop area, 0-1. To begin things here on Booth, number 8 hitter in the order. In bottom half of the fifth, a 5-0 lead here for Wapahani. Rivers gets the signs. Here's the pitch. Ball low. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. So Rivers has him exactly where he wants him. 1-2 pitch. And he went. Oh, well, the third base umpire said he did not go. So 2-2, 2 out, no on, and the pitch from Brevin once more will be fouled off to the right side. Rivers collects, and the 2-2. Oh, man. See you later. Rivers mows him down here in the fifth. Striking out the side here in the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Could barely touch him here in the fifth inning. We'll pause here for a brief commercial. We'll be back here with more Raider Baseball on the WHS Network. Top of the 6th inning here, folks. Again, we appreciate you all for joining us here. Hope all of you have enjoyed the game so far. A 5-0 lead here for Wapahani. As we enter the 6th inning here with a shortstop, number 5, Evan Roush. Roush so far today, 1 for 2. Singled in the second and then grounded out there to the pitcher. They're trying to attempt a bunt single there. Couldn't get it done as that was in the 4th inning. Ground ball right back up the middle. Shortstop's there and will make the play for out number 1 of the inning. So 1 pitch, 1 out to open up the 6th. As we'll now see the left fielder, number 11, Isaiah Brozier at the plate, 1 for 2 as well. Popped it up to the third baseman in the 2nd inning and then singled in the 4th. As he looks to continue his success here in the state tournament. So 1-0 the count here on Brozier. Following him, be right back to the top of the order there with Garrett Stanley. Nice pitch there from Daughtry now to even a count up here, to ball and a strike. So again, just got a fastball adjust here. We'll see what happens. See what Daughtry goes with here, and that's going to be inside for ball 2. 2-1. Here's the offering and a ground ball that's going to be right back up the middle. So Brozier records his 2nd hit of the day. Not bad at all there for the 9 hitter in the order. He's been Mr. Consistent all year long for the Raiders. Not going to find a whole lot better of a hitter there in the number 9 part of the order. So good to see him get on base with 1 away here in the inning. And again, back to the top of the lineup here with center fielder Garrett Stanley. Garrett so far 0 for 3, also a run scored. Daughtry will come to the set. And the pitch. A ball low, 1-0 to begin things on Garrett. And that's going to be off the catcher. Brozier is going to go ahead and take second base. So 2-0 now the count with a man in scoring position. So a mound visit here. We'll take some time here to thank some of our sponsors here again today. I'd like to thank FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. Let Ted and Joanne be the key to all of your real estate needs. Buying, selling, or investment properties, we get the job done. Call Ted Cook at 765-744-8143 and Joanne Davis at 765-748-1316. Again, that is FC Tucker, Muncie Realtors, Ted Cook, and Joanne Davis. So following the mound visit here, again, we have runner at second base after a 1-out single by Brozier. 2-0 the count here on Stanley as the Raiders are threatening for more here in the top of the 6th inning. And that's going to be a ground ball here to the shortstop. Throw down to first, gets him there for out number 2 of the inning. Does advance the runner up 90 feet. So now Riley Porter at the plate. Porter 0 for 3. It's hit the ball pretty good, though, so far. Hit the ball hard, real hard as last time around. Just, unfortunately, plenty enough room out there for the left fielder to make the play. So 1-0 here on Riley. Lipscomb to follow him. And popped up. It's going to be awfully close there to us, and that's going to be foul. 1-1. One ball, one strike. The pitch to Porter, a ball high now, 2-1. Daughtry will come to the set and the pitch. Not sure how Porter even got a piece of that one, but he was able to do so. So fouls it off here to even the count up here at 2-2. Two balls, two strikes, two out, and one on here in the sixth. The 2-2 offering will be a ball high now to run the count to full, 3-2. And we'll get him swinging, strike three to end the inning. So the Raiders do get a base runner there. Brozier able to advance on the third after a one-out single, nothing to show for here in the sixth, as Wapahani gets no runs here on one hit, also no errors, and one left on. We'll head now to the bottom half of the sixth inning. Raiders 5, Apaches 0. Back at it to begin this bottom half of the sixth inning, folks, and we'll lead things off here with a number 9 hitter in the order for Wabash. Will be the left fielder number 1, Jasper Walter. 0 for 1 on the day, struck out swinging in the third inning. And the first pitch will be swung on and missed, 0-1. Bit high there to even the count up here. 1 ball, 1 strike. Following Walter will be back to the top of the order with Daughtry and Eargang. Foul tipped into the catcher's mitt. Now 1-2. Gets him swinging. So strike 3 to begin things here in the bottom of the sixth. Another strikeout here for Brevin as he continues to do his thing on the mound here today. And again, back to the top of the order here with Trenton Daughtry rather, excuse me. 1 for 2, single, and also struck out. Ground ball here. Porter makes the plate. Nicely done there, Riley Porter, as it's 2 up, 2 down here in the sixth. So Robert Eargang now at the plate. 0 for 2 today. Flew out to the right fielder and popped it up to the shortstop. Called a strike, 0-1. Ball low. So evens the count up here. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out and nobody on here in the bottom half of the sixth. Ground ball there. It's going to run foul to the first base side. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Rivers looks to put away Eargang here in the sixth. He'll get his signs, wind up the 1-2. Ball outside, now 2-2. And a fly ball center field. Stanley there to make the catch for the third and final out of the inning. I think that might be the first ball he's had out there all day. That's how shut down Rivers has been here in today's ball game. So again, 3 up, 3 down. Here is Wabash in the 6th inning. They get no runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on. We'll now hit to the top of the 7th. Again, Wapahani 5, Wabash 0. We'll be back with more on the WHS Network.
We know the right way to get you where you need to go. We'll be the wheels underneath you, out on the road. We're driven to give you the best service. We're driven cause we know you deserve it. Stoops, we're driven to be the best. Stoops, we're driven to be the best.
Alrighty, folks, welcome back. Here we have the top of the 7th inning coming up here on the WHS Network. Again, a 5-0 lead here for Wapahani as we enter the top of the 7th inning. Again, 5 runs on 8 hits, no errors so far for the Raiders. Wabash, no runs here on 1 hit and 5 errors. As we enter play here in the 7th inning, we'll lead things off with the catcher, number 3, Tyson Lipscomb. So Lipscomb hitless so far here on the day. Who would have thought, your first 2 hitters or 3 hitters on the day or in the lineup goes hitless so far, and you have a 5-0 lead. I doubt that, probably you would think that that's a deep fly ball. Right center field could be trouble, and it's going to fall right in between the right fielder and the center fielder, so a leadoff double for Tyson Lipscomb. So I guess I was planning that one there. Broadcasting jinx actually worked this time around, got him a double. But, not too many times do your first part of the order here not, succeed very good as far as at the plate, as far as getting hits and still be able to have the lead like we do. And that's just a testament to all the rest of these guys. 4 through 9 here have really done a nice job trying to find a way to get on base. Garrett has gotten on base by an error, and it's not that any of those guys haven't hit the ball hard either, because they have. But we do have a courtesy runner out there at second base now. It'll be number 9, Landon Thompson. So we're going to have a close play at third, and he's going to be in there safe. That was a little interesting, and the ball now went out of play. So that's going to score a run for the Raiders. That's a unusual way of getting it, but hey, got to do what you got to do. So Landon Thompson comes in here and wreaks a little havoc in the top of the 7th inning after the double by Lipscomb. And is it going to fall in? It will. So another hit for Braxton. Give him now 2 on the day, as he keeps on keeping on. That's what you got to have here, folks. You got to have production 1 through 9. Good to see there Davis getting his second hit of the day. Brevin Rivers now to plate. He is 2 for 3. And that one's going to be a ball low and away, 1-0 to begin things here on Brevin. So again, 1-0 the count here on Rivers. And a pitch. Hung that one up there, in there for a called strike. Now 1-1. And Davis going on the pitch. And that's going to be, he's going to be in there with a stolen base at second. So 2-1 now the count. So Rivers in the driver's seat here with Davis out there at second, 6-0 lead. Little squibbler right back there to the pitcher. And that's going to be a 1-3 put out for out number one of the inning. So now the designated hitter, number 4, Luke Willman, will step in. Willman also with a pair of hits, 2 for 3, also a couple of RBIs rather. So 2 singles, 2 RBIs. Looking to cash in hopefully on his third hit and third RBI right here, as it is 0-1 to begin things. And popped up. Foul ground. The catcher has enough room and loses the baseball. Might have been there in the sun. So 0-2 now the count. So new life here for Willman. Getting in the hole here. No balls, 2 strikes. Daughtry with a pitch. Ball high. 1 ball, 2 strikes here on Willman. Again, you have Davis out at second with 1 away here in the inning. Another ball high and in, now 2-2. Again, following Willman, we'll have Nolan Dudley and possibly even Evan Roush after that. Pop up, right side of the infield. The first baseman's there and will make the catch for out number 2 of the inning. So Nolan Dudley now at the plate, 0 for 3 here on the day. Looking to collect on his first hit of the ball game right here, right now. He's put the ball in play last 2 times around, trying to make something happen. Just unfortunately haven't been able to find any holes here, but hopefully he can do so right here, as it is 1-0 to begin things. Getting Davis here at second base, 2 away. And that's going to head to the backstop. So a wild pitch here now, 2-0 here on Nolan. So Davis now at third. Dudley in a great hitter's count here, 2-0. Here's a pitch from Daughtry. Popped up in the infield. Who wants it? Shortstop calls for it, and that will be caught for the third and final out of the inning. So, folks, here we go. Bottom of the 7th inning. Raiders lead at 6-0 after 6.5. We'll step aside. We'll be back here with more Raider baseball after this break. Okay, folks, here we are, bottom half the seventh inning. Again, a 6-0 lead here for Wapahani. And we will lead things off here with a catcher number 5, Colin Kelsheimer. 0 for 2 on the day here for Kelsheimer, as that's in there for a strike, 0-1. Here's the windup and the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes. Rivers gets the signs. Here's the windup and fires to the plate. Ball high, now 1-2. Rivers once again, pitch fouled off, out of play. So the count will remain at 1 ball and 2 strikes to begin things here on Kelsheimer. Another one foul tipped. So Kelsheimer staying alive at 1 ball, 2 strikes. Rivers once again with the pitch. Down the third base line, and it's going to be out of play. So we're going to redo it again. So Kelsheimer trying to keep things going. And this at bat down in the hole here at 1-2. Let's see if Rivers can put him away right here. And he does so. Lipscomb throws down to first and overthrows the first baseman. So that's an unfortunate turn of events. So Kelsheimer now at second base after the strikeout. And an error on the throw allows him now to reach second base, and Blake Gribben now at the plate. Popped up in the foul, or now fair territory. Dudley there to make the catch for out number 1. Really got in on the hands there. So 1 out, 1 on. Third baseman Peyton Sodervik at the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. Put down a sacrifice bunt in the second. Struck out looking in the fourth. Ground ball down the third baseline. Will go foul, 0-1. So 0-1 the count here on Sodervik. Get a man in scoring position at second. Here's the pitch. Foul tipped into the glove. Now 0-2. I'm going to say Rivers might come back with something off speed right here. 0-2 the count. And fake back to second. So again, no balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch by Rivers comes back with some high cheese. And look at Tyson Lipscomb. Well, you can't see him there on the screen because it was literally right up against the fence. Another diving catch in foul ground. We've seen that nearly all day on Memorial Day. And that is how you get it done big time. It's like, well, you know, something you really don't necessarily see too often there, but, you know, when you can get a big out like that and making a nice catch such as what Lipscomb was able to do right there. Big out, 2 outs now in the inning. Let's see if Rivers can slam the door shut here. Popped up, and the Raiders will win it. Final score here in the semifinal round of Regional 10, Wapahani 6, Wabash 0. So your Raiders advance on to the Regional 10 championship game later on this evening as they will take on the Alexandria Tigers. It's supposed to be a start time of 8 o'clock. We're looking to potentially move that championship game up. Not sure exactly what time that will be yet because we are expecting rain and storms later on tonight. So whenever we hear of a time when that might be, we'll make sure and relay all of that information to all you fine folks out there in Raider Nation on our Facebook and Twitter pages. So, folks, again, final score here this afternoon, 6-0 final score. We'll step aside for a break, and we'll be back here with our Raiders Live postgame after this.
When you need legal advice or representation, you can trust B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law in Muncie. Our focus is personal injury. We handle cases involving serious injuries, wrongful deaths, all vehicle crashes, nursing home cases, medical product and drug recalls, and slips, trips, and falls. No fee until we win. We offer evening, weekend, home, and hospital appointments for your convenience. Contingency fee arrangements are available. For a free consultation, call B. Joseph Davis, attorney at law, today.
Stop on in at Jones Auto Body, owned by J.R. Fannin at 1901 East Memorial Drive in Muncie, Indiana. Jones Auto Body is one of Muncie's oldest and largest auto repair and paint shops, in which they have been serving the community for over 30 years. Jones Auto Body, assurance of quality. All righty, welcome back here, folks, to our Raiders Live post-game report, again presented by Stoops Automotive Group Buick and GMC Dealership. Final score here this afternoon, Wapahani Raiders take down the Wabash Apaches. There's 6-0 here, 6 runs, 10 hits, 1 error, and 7 left on base here for Wapahani. Wabash on the other side, no runs, 1 hit, 7 errors, and 3 left on base. Again, Wapahani now improves to 23-9 on the year, and again will advance on to tonight's Regional 10 championship game as they will be taking on the Alexandria Tigers at what is supposed to be 8 o'clock start time there for that championship game. There has been word that we are going to try to move it up. We're not sure what time the game will be moved up to because the the weather plays another factor in another game. We have rain and storms on the way this evening, right around 7:30 to 8 o'clock, which is about when the start time will be for the championship game. So initial word is earlier from what we heard that they might move it up to possibly 5:30 or 6. We're not 100% sure about that quite yet, but again, when we find out, we'll make sure and let all of you fine folks out there know on our Facebook and Twitter pages. But again, big win here today. Pitching performance again, fabulous by Brevin Rivers. Right on the money. Went all 7 innings, complete game here, got the win. Now 8-3 on the season here for Brevin. Allowed 1 hit, also 1 walk, 11 strikeouts on the day for Brevin. And, just went out there, threw strikes, went after batters, and that's what you got to do. That is exactly what you got to do as a pitcher. You got to attack the hitters. You got to go after them, and we got the job done here this afternoon. Great hitting, timely hitting as well here for Wapahani. It all started there in the 3rd inning, played at 3 runs in the 3rd, 2 more there in the 5th inning, and then added another there in the top of the 7th for the 6-0 win. So now you go into tonight's game against Alexandria, kind of an outlook on that. Wapahani's already played Alexandria roughly about a month and a half ago, I believe, in which Alexandria won that game. I think only by 1 run. Can't remember the final score. Might have been somewhere close to like 6-5, 6-4, 5-4, something like that. It was only like a 1 run or 2 run ball game. But Alexandria did win that one earlier this year. So these teams are definitely familiar. And Alexandria has a heck of a ball team there. And there's no question about that. So that's going to be a very tough task here tonight for your Wapahani Raiders. But, relish in the moment now. Use this positivity and good vibes and, momentum. Bring that into tonight's game as well. That's what you got to bring to the table, folks. So a great win here today. You had Stanley, he was able to get on base once. He was 0 for 4 today, but, he can still, even without hitting, he still find a way to do something in the ball game here today. Was able to reach base, scored a run, did a great job out there in center field. Porter, much the same. Did a great job out there at second base. Well, Lipscomb got a hit there in the 7th inning. Braxton Davis, a couple hits today, also a couple runs scored. Brevin Rivers, also a couple hits today, a couple runs scored. Willman with 2 hits, a couple RBIs. Dudley did a great job down there at third base, had a couple hard-hit baseballs. Roush got a hit today, did a good job out there at shortstop. And Brozier, also a pair of hits. You got to have production 1 through 9, and that doesn't even necessarily always mean everybody has to get a base hit. That'd be nice, but it's something that everybody can add to the table, whether it be an offense or defense. But it was great to see us here today, come out here, be ready to go, and we've got to have that same mentality coming out here tonight for the championship game. So, folks, again, final score here this afternoon: Wapahani 6, Wabash 0. And we actually did just get word, 6:30 start time for tonight's championship game. So that is breaking news. We did just receive that information. 6:30 start time for the championship game coming up again here between your Wapahani Raiders and the Alexandria Tigers. So, folks, until then, I'm Brandon Morvillius alongside cameraman Jordan Redbeard, thanking all of you for watching. And we'll be back here again later on this evening, Regional 10 championship game here from Kingsfield here at Lewis Cass High School in Walton, Indiana. We appreciate you all for watching, and we'll see you back here later on the WHS Network.